Imagine boarding a flight, expecting a peaceful journey, only to be singled out not for anything you've done, but because of the color of your skin. Now picture the person who tries to humiliate you, suddenly realizing they've made a huge mistake. That's exactly what happened on a flight when a racist passenger tried to have a black man removed, only to be left speechless when he revealed his true identity. Let me walk you through this incredible story. The flight was fully booked, and passengers were settling into their seats. The crew was preparing for takeoff, with the usual buzz of conversation filling the cabin. Among the travelers was a middle-aged woman, well-dressed and refined, but carrying an attitude that would soon be exposed. As she made her way to her seat, she noticed a black man sitting comfortably in first class, quietly reading a book. She frowned, hesitated for a moment, and then proceeded to sit several rows behind him. Minutes later, as other passengers were still settling in, the woman flagged down a flight attendant. Her voice had a sharp tone as she pointed toward the man in first class. "Excuse me," she said firmly. "I believe there's been a mistake. That man should not be sitting there." The flight attendant, a professional with years of experience handling difficult passengers, calmly responded, "Ma'am, are you referring to the gentleman in seat 3A? "Yes," the woman said, her voice growing more agitated. "I don't think he belongs here. Are you sure he has the right ticket?" The flight attendant, maintaining her professionalism, reassured the woman that all passengers seated in first class had valid tickets. But the woman was unsatisfied. She crossed her arms and shook her head. "There must be some kind of mix-up. I just find it odd that someone like him is sitting in first class." The attendant, who clearly understood the implication, remained composed. "Ma'am, I assure you that all seating arrangements have been checked. There is no mistake." Instead of dropping the issue, the woman grew more aggressive and demanded to see the flight supervisor. When the supervisor arrived, the woman loudly insisted that the black passenger was in the wrong seat and should be moved. Other passengers began to take notice, sensing the growing tension. The black man, who had been silent throughout, finally lowered his book and looked up. He had heard everything. His eyes met the woman's, and for a brief moment there was silence. Then, in a calm and composed voice, he spoke. "Ma'am, is there a problem?" The woman, seemingly caught off guard that he had addressed her directly, hesitated for a moment but quickly regained her composure. "I just don't understand how you're sitting in first class. I think you should be in economy." Several passengers gasped, and others shook their heads in disbelief. The tension in the cabin mounted. However, the black man remained unfazed. He reached into his pocket, pulled out a sleek black leather wallet, and opened it. The entire cabin fell silent as the shiny badge inside gleamed in the cabin lights. "Special Agent Marcus Green, FBI," he said, his voice firm yet calm. The woman's face drained of color. Her mouth opened slightly as if to speak, but no words came out. The flight supervisor, recognizing the badge, immediately apologized to the agent for the disruption. The other passengers who had been watching closely now turned their eyes toward the woman, waiting to see how she would respond. She swallowed hard, her confidence evaporating in an instant. I didn't mean..." Marcus closed his badge holder and offered a polite yet knowing smile. "Ma'am, I hope you enjoy your flight." Without another word, he returned to his book as though nothing had happened. The flight supervisor informed the woman that her complaint was entirely unfounded and warned that any further disruption would result in her removal from the flight. She quickly sank into her seat, avoiding eye contact with anyone. The atmosphere in the cabin slowly lightened, and within minutes, the flight was ready for takeoff. But the impact of the moment lingered. Many passengers quietly nodded at Marcus in silent support, and one person even whispered, "Thank you for handling that with class." For the rest of the flight, the woman remained silent, staring out of the window, clearly aware of how her own prejudice had backfired. As for Marcus Green, he continued to read, unfazed. He had seen this kind of behavior before, and unfortunately he would likely see it again. But today, justice had been served with no raised voices or acts of aggression, just the power of truth and the undeniable presence of authority. This story serves as a reminder that people are not defined by stereotypes, and prejudice can lead to embarrassing mistakes. We should always treat others with respect, no matter who they are or what they look like. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more incredible real-life stories. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update, and share this video with your friends to help spread awareness and positivity. What do you think about how Special Agent Marcus Green handled this situation? Would you have done the same? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.